Is he the proud and honorable man Bruner raised, the man who fought beside me in so many battles, the man who saved the barbarian tribes from certain extermination and the folk of 10 towns from disaster, the man who ran across Faerun for the sake of his imprisoned friend, the man who helped Bruner reclaim his lost kingdom, or is Wulfgar the man who harmed Catti-brie, the haunted man who seems destined, in the end, to fail utterly? Hello and welcome to Liam's Lyceum. I'm your host Liam, aka Hembar, and today I'll be doing a spoiler-free review of R.A. Salvatore's The Spine of the World. The Spine of the World is a 1999 novel and number 12 in the Legend of Drizzt and number 2 in the Paths of Darkness trilogy, tetralogy, depending on how you look at it. It's a trilogy these days. This one is about Wulfgar, who was rescued from the abyss at the end of Passage to Dawn, which is book 10, but was doing his own thing as a bouncer in Luskan in the Silent Blade, which is book 11. The Silent Blade is the only other one I've previously reviewed on this YouTube channel, since it's the only other one I've read since starting this YouTube channel. You can read my reviews for all of the previous Legend of Drizzt books on my Forgotten Realms blog, ForgottenRealmsReading.com. Where I talk about a lot of Forgotten Realms stuff. In fact, I should maybe preface this. Salvatore is my least favorite Realms author, easily. But just like I enjoyed the Silent Blade, I actually enjoyed this one more than I thought I would. So let me get into my thoughts. The prologue shows Wulfgar at the docks with Morik, a recent friend, set to watch over the barbarian by Jarlaxle. They are drinking and playing and are confronted by would-be muggers. This interaction shows us the depressed and destitute state of Wulfgar. His lack of care may be his lack of care may be a constant for the Cutlass, the tavern he works out, where there is, he causes more damages for the owner there, costing more money than he is now worth. So we're about to go on another adventure, specifically about him. The others are not in the story at all, besides little interlude and prologue and whatever by Drizzt. So chapter 1 then shows a sea sprite, Captain Dudermont, ship making its way into Luskan for repairs after engagement with 2 pirate vessels. Then chapter 2 shows us the Ock family of the village of Ockney to the northwest of Luskan. The map of the front of the book is actually for the fiefdom of Ockney, though it says Fireshar is to the northwest when it's actually to the south, interestingly enough. And there are interludes again about Drizzt and his morals. He doesn't like drugs, for example, and doesn't think you should have sex with someone you don't love, but won't judge you if you do, because it's Drizzt, I guess. As typical in a Salvatore novel, the fighting is overdone, and so always that way. The characters, especially just about all of them in Ockney, are dislikable for the bad things they do, but if you read this as Salvatore's look at the plight of the poor, it kind of reads like Glenn Cook's Shadows Linger. Not nearly as good, not even close, but I think the expectations are wrong for a lot of fans going into this one. His characterization is not up to par, but it's not terrible either. This novel does seem to be generally hated by Drizzt fans, though, which is kind of funny. But since Wulfgar is generally what the companions of the Hall fight, in this book, he is not a hero. He is the thug. He's a wretch, So it's pretty cool in that aspect. It's like if you have that idea going in, I knew that because it was made very obvious in the prologue. But I guess if you like heroes doing heroic things and not dying because it's our Salvatore and you can't kill off people for the life of them, then this one might be one to skip for you. Does it into tragedy? No. So this is not a tragic thing. It's not super postmodern in that sense. There is a redemption story. It's actually quite well done. It did actually get quite emotional at the end even. It was very unexpected. It was almost Arthurian in some aspects as well. Take that as you will. There are other characters like Merelda, who's a rather tragic character. I think the reader is meant to pity. Jaka is my least favorite type of person in the world, the worst type of toxic teenage boys, and so I hated him, but I think I was supposed to, so it's fine, I guess. It's still annoying to read. Most fans don't like this novel again, and since I'm not a huge fan of this series, I thought maybe I would end up liking it, and I did like this one, where a lot of people don't like it because apparently I have the wrong opinions. It's not that great, but it's just not that bad. It's really what it is. So I have no clue when I'll read another Drizzt book. It took me a year between these two, so we'll see when I finally get to see of Swords. Anyways, in Liam Williams Lyceum, I'll catch you next time.